Static selection.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of 2.5 Asians. This is episode Dencho. This is my uncle. Uncle through marriage. He married my dad's sister, which makes him my uncle.
Good morning.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning.
It's afternoon. It's 12 p.m. when they're watching.
Gotcha. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's going to be an interesting one. This is, I would have to say, my funniest uncle that I have, for sure.
By far?
By far. Definitely.
Out of the uncles that I've met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Without a doubt.
Definitely.
He's a very interesting guy. We are alike in many ways, different in many ways. Where do you want to start? Let's see. I think we should start with how you were introduced to the family, how you met Auntie Ree, how you guys, your guys' story real quick.
All right. So, back in the mid-'90s, that seems ancient. But, so I was driving home from a club, listening to the radio, and your auntie and her friends called in the hotline. And basically, she left her number, and I texted or called, and she called back eventually and with other 100 guys, but I was the one.
Did she tell you how many guys
It was
hit
a
up
lot.
her line?
It was a lot. I don't think she has a count, but it was a lot.
How many did she text back or call back?
The number's a lot.
So she actually did call back and like text back the guys?
I think a few. But I remember that night, I mean, I was loaded driving home, but we talked for a while, and I don't know, not to make a long story short, but I mean, after that, the rest was history. I don't know what it was, because obviously when we first met, and she'll attest to this, but I wasn't the ideal man that she was looking for, but hey.
Worked out in the end, right?
Worked out in the end, right?
They have a beautiful 5-year-old son, my little cousin Jagger, little fireball.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, how do you feel about Jagger now that he's getting older?
So, the main point in the whole saga of having a 5-year-old at the age of 48 is we had friends and family who had kids that were younger, of course, in their 20s. So, with that being said, being at this stage of my life now, we're more established financially and any other parts of the realm of life, but the knees don't hold up well, but he keeps us young. So
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I have to admit, our patience is pretty much not as much maybe like as a 20-year-old would be in terms of raising a kid, because we've seen there, done that, and we know what you're doing. So our patience is not there, but it's all but love. We can't do nothing with that. So.
And you've been with Auntie Ree way before, since I've been born. Well, a couple years before.
95.
Yeah, so 4 years before I was born.
Yeah, 95.
So you definitely watched me grow up too.
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember picking me up from St. Bede and driving me to Mama Terry's house?
To San Mateo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most random thing ever.
Yeah, I was like,
I was
who's this kid?
I was
Wait, what?
I know him, but it's like, okay, I gotta pick him up and then drive him to San Mateo.
Did you guys have to do that whole, like, what's the password thing?
No.
No.
You just Did you know who he was?
Oh yeah, I knew who he was.
Oh.
Of course I knew who he was.
Yeah.
And our thing was open too. They never like our gates would just open at St. Bede, and our kids would just run wherever.
Oh, wow.
Like straight to the car, straight to the parents. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I saw my uncle, because my dad would always pick us up, or whoever it was at that time, but I was like, why are you picking me up?
What was the
Uncle
reason
G?
for that anyway?
I think it was a Friday, and we were just going to Mama Terry's house, and everybody was already there.
That's
and
right.
you got off work.
Yeah, so I'm coming from the East Bay to there. That's right. Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, you just pick him up. And I was like, what the heck?
It's like, where did I look for him? You know what I mean? Does he know I'm coming?
Yeah, I did not.
Yeah.
I saw him there. I was like, Uncle Ben.
I was like, where do I wait? Do I hold a rose or something?
It's like at an airport, you're holding up the names.
Yeah, exactly. Look for a guy with a red rose.
No, that's funny. How was growing up in the Bay Area back in when you grew up?
Oh man, it was totally different. Like we were talking earlier in the car, it was just totally different. Now it's so busy. You know, so we moved out 2013 out to the Central Valley.
It's true.
But I dread going back just because of the traffic.
Dang, it's almost been 10 years
10
since
years.
you moved to Visalia.
10 years. So here's a funny story now that we went back to the Bay in May. So you know how they have those fast tracks
Yeah.
on the freeway now?
Yeah.
Guess how much I spent on a Friday?
Oh, because you're not registered, huh?
I'm registered, but
Oh, but it's still, you still have to pay.
you still have to pay, right? So
On
I
a
went
Friday?
from. Hold on, let me tell you what I went for. I went from Newark to, say, like San Jose, and then from San Jose to San Leandro,
Oh my
and then
god.
from San Leandro back to Newark.
Oh
That's over
my
$100
God. And
already.
you were always in the fast track in the express.
I was gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait in traffic.
That's true.
You know what I mean? For going what, 15 miles? No.
Wait, how you're talking about like the fast lane, right?
Yeah, express
Correct.
lane. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
How does that charge work? Is it like, oh, every increment you're charged a certain amount, or how does
Okay, so for every break, there's like a break, right?
Okay.
And then when you see the amount, like the most expensive was like from Milpitas to
San Leandro, right?
no Milpitas to like Fremont.
Yeah.
Just that little stretch
Oh,
right there.
yeah.
Like from Dixon Landing
Okay.
to like Thornton
Oh my
was like
god.
$15.
Damn.
Yeah, and that what is that like maybe a 5-mile stretch?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then again it go from Newark to Hayward was like another $12.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, every increment where you can get in, you get charged.
That's where they charge you.
That's what they charge you. Yeah.
Damn.
That's why people, to try to avoid it, they'll swerve in and out of the lane.
Right.
I thought it was every time they see that, you know, the camera.
Right.
They have cameras there. I
Yeah.
thought that was when they do it.
Yeah, well, like I said, you're supposed to go in when you're supposed to go in and go out when you're supposed to go
Yeah.
out.
So that's when they charge.
That's what they charge
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So I think it was like $84
Bruh.
worth of fast track just being on the freeway.
Dude.
I would just take the L. I'll just deal with traffic. I'm not
I'm not
paying
paying that.
$84, bro.
Wait, I heard about you. Is that you?
What?
Yeah, he doesn't pay toll.
No, that was that one specific time.
Oh,
That was-
hey.
You told me you would always avoid it though.
No, I've only been to your house. I've driven there like once or twice.
No, but you said you would avoid it.
What are we talking about? Like just toll period?
Toll, yeah.
I don't like paying it, but if I have to do it, I will do it.
But if there's
I
a
don't-
route where
If
you
there's-
don't
right,
have to
right.
do
Okay,
it, would you
no.
rather have that route?
It depends on the detour. Like, cause there's certain routes where like you multiply the time by like double or something. I'm not.
No,
doing
no,
that.
no, no. Let's say 90 minutes versus 60.
No, I would still pay that. I'm not cheap, bro. Y'all make it out to seem like I'm scrapping for pennies.
Bro, you took
No,
a 2.5
hey, you
hour
never
route
ran
last
over us.
time.
Because, like I said, I didn't realize that my car was registered.
Oh,
like
okay.
I didn't have the physical fast track like thing on it. So I was like, oh
Right.
fuck, I can't take like that specific route.
Right,
So let me
right.
just drive all the way down Highway 5.
Gotcha.
That's
to get
why.
here. To get here.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why. Like, but if I had the physical fast track, I would have taken the bridge.
But apparently now you can just drive in.
Yeah.
And then they'll just take a picture of the plate and
Well,
send
yeah,
you
yeah.
the
So
bill.
now I know.
Right.
They're making it seem like I'm swerving.
Yeah, just like, dude, this dude went out of his way.
I just remember because last time they came,
took
they
us, like,
left
3
at
hours.
7 on the dot.
Yeah.
Right, and then I texted them. I was like, "Oh, what's your guys' ETA?" This dude said 9:32.
Dude.
I said I didn't think about anything at first, right? Because I was doing my stuff, trying to get everything ready for the
Right,
podcast.
right,
It was our
right,
first
right,
time,
right.
so I wasn't thinking about it. And then when they got here, I was like, "Wait, you guys left at 7, didn't you?"
Damn. So you spreading rumors about me? Your uncle's like, oh, you're the toll dodger,
He went around. Everybody, he went around.
bro. That's like with my other friend group. So like, I'm pretty close with like another friends, like family and stuff. They all know me as like the puker. Cause like every time I drink and stuff, I'm always the one who throws up, bro. That's who they know me as, bro.
That's,
Jason and
that's one of
Edwin,
my
them,
biggest
huh?
fears.
Man.
But, okay, so out of 5 times you drank, how many times you puke?
It depends, but usually like if I take like 4+ shots,
Yeah.
it's gonna come up.
You just gotta eat more,
I'm
bro.
a lightweight for sure.
You just gotta eat more.
Nah.
Are you eating? Are
Yeah.
you drinking water when you're
Drinking
doing
water.
it?
Yeah, I'm doing all that. It's just I'm not meant to be drinking, bro.
Yeah. My
I'm not
uncle,
built for that.
You're a pretty heavyweight now, right? Well,
I don't want to say heavyweight, so
Yeah.
I don't want to say heavyweight. I should have brought up a bottle for y'all.
yeah. Before we can go grab it, we can just cut it.
It's up to you.
Later,
You just
yeah.
want to try it?
You want to take a sip, little sip?
Yeah, yeah.
This
Sip's
is-
cool. Sip's cool, bro.
Yeah,
we can do it. Yeah, but
this is something different that you never experienced before.
Yeah,
Never
I'm-
experienced before.
I'm down for anything.
Just
Let's
gotta
do
go
it.
slow with it.
I just want before when I was younger, your favorite drink was what?
Patron.
Before? Patron.
You do that, yep.
Yeah, and
Patron.
Fireball, right? You drank Fireball a little
No,
bit.
heck no, heck
no.
no.
Oh, like those are two
Who drank
very
that
different
before?
drinks.
I don't remember, but it was always Patron.
but it was Patron, and then transferred. Now you drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, there's an evolution from that, and if you want to go into that, we can go into that.
We can go into that before we.
yeah.
a little
yeah,
sip.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So in regards to let's say liquor, right? So we discussed it. I asked you what do you like to drink.
Right.
So with me, what was that back in 2010, 2011? when Patron was hot because everyone was putting the rap songs, right? Patron Silver.
Yeah.
So I went to that, and then I went to the more of the smoky, the Reposado and Añejo, which is the more deeper colored ones. So I started liking the smoky flavor. Then over to Mezcal, which is another type of Mexican liquor, not really on the tequila side, but same thing. More smoky. Then I was like, man, they're expensive, right? You're talking, back then in the $60, $80 range for that. It's pretty expensive to get a little buzz, right?
Right.
So I got turned on to bourbon, and American bourbon, Kentucky bourbon is cheap, and I like the flavor of it. So that's how I evolved into whiskeys now. Now let's fast forward a little bit more. We went to Europe in July of 2019, and I was looking for a specific liquor, whiskey, out over there.
That's just they're playing mahjong downstairs,
Yeah.
and the mics catch almost everything. So
Wow.
Did you hear that? Right?
Yeah.
Someone screaming.
Right.
Someone
right.
probably just won
I
downstairs.
thought someone like dislocated their elbow. Or something. But all right. So so we're at the Gatwick Airport, and there was a whiskey shop there, and I actually found that particular whiskey I was looking for. It's a Scottish whiskey, so people call it Scotch, whatever. But it was from a particular distillery out there from Isla. When I was talking to the guy, he says, well, if you like smoky, try this. And he just pulled out a bottle. It was 280 pounds.
That's like
That's over
almost $500.
yeah, back there.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Yeah, at the time when euro was high, and I fell in love with it. It's a smoky, super heavily peated whiskey. Smells like a barbecue. Oh my god! But it's delicious. Delicious.
Was that the one that you got when we went to SF for Mother's Day?
Yes, that's my
Yeah.
third. That's my third bottle. Yeah, third bottle.
Sheesh.
So, in regards to whiskey itself, there's not too many people who like it because it's whiskey. It's real strong, right? On the other side of it, I'm kind of the so people who drink wine, right?
Okay.
They're very hoity-toity.
Haley's here.
Right, hoity-toity. There's the whole process of
Yeah, you swirl it.
sure.
You
Gotta
know,
let it
all the-
sniff it.
first.
Yeah.
Yep,
Check
yep.
the air.
The terroir and shit. It was
I never understood that, but now I do as a whiskey drinker because we do the same thing. Whiskey connoisseurs do the same thing. So it's like, man,
Sniff
okay,
it.
yeah. So it's like I get those people but I'm on the other side. I'm on whiskey side.
Gotcha.
So it's not a shooter. You don't shoot it because you will get
Sip it.
fucked up really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I prefer high proof whiskeys. You know about proof?
Yeah.
So tequila's usually around
You divide it by 2. That's the percentage of alcohol.
correct. So Hennessy and all that other stuff is like 40%, which is
Yeah.
80. Mine are 120. Yeah, anywhere between 100 and 120.
Damn.
Now I like that because of the fact that I consider it full flavor. People would drink and be like, "Oh, this is not smooth." It's not about being smooth. It's full flavor.
Flavor. Yeah.
Now the hindsight of it is that it doesn't take much to get you where you want to be. So like me and your neighbor Chris over there last night, we were just shooting shit downstairs drinking, 4 in, and we're just having fun shooting the shit.
Yeah. If you think he's funny, normal, you should see him when he's drunk.
Oh
So
man,
he was-
Oh my god, dude! He was drunk. We were out in Visalia, and he got drunk off whiskey.
Sonic.
Sonic.
You know about Sonic?
We went to Sonic,
Oh my
right? I had to drive. Haley was in the front, and he was in the back seat. All I hear out of nowhere, dude, where are my shoes?
He didn't walk it out.
He didn't wear
I was in the back
shoes.
seat. I'm like, dude, where's my shoes?
Why am I wearing socks?
But what happened?
But because last night you were like, "Where's my shirt?"
Yeah, where's my shit?
Dude, out of nowhere, he said, "Babe, where's my plate?"
Yeah, I was looking for a plate. Remember?
He had a plate of food like
I was
a few hours ago.
I was eating.
This was like a few hours ago, though.
It walked off, but hey, we're having a blast though.
Yeah, man, this guy's super funny when he's drunk.
Yeah.
I remember the first time he ever had me try whiskey. When I took a sniff, bro, it like burned my nose hairs.
Yeah.
Like a strong sniff. Like that's why you have to be careful with it.
Right. It's sippers, and so like I said, with wine people, I get it now because with the whiskeys that I drink now are very complex. So I can sit there and tell you what you should taste, what you should smell, but you probably won't get it because it's so strong. It's 59% alcohol.
Yeah.
But the complexity of it, if you actually sat there, and honestly, as you guys get older, and if you guys like tequila and all that stuff, if you venture out that way, as you get older, because I know if I was younger, I probably wouldn't like it either.
Your palate changes, right?
Your palate changes, right.
Yeah.
And it's more or less not about getting drunk.
Right.
It's
More
more
about
about
tasting
enjoying
it.
the taste and getting that
Maybe-
nice little buzz. Yeah.
Maybe
So do
I'll
you-
like shrimp one day.
So do you like
Right.
pour it with like a block of ice to like let it melt down and stuff like that?
So with whiskeys, there is people will tell you this and that. People tell you what's right and wrong, but there is no right or way wrong. You drink it how you want to drink it. I drink it straight. People drink it on ice over rocks, fine. But I don't like to dilute it. I like it just the flavor straight. So, but it's tough. She knows. He knows.
My sister knows.
She knows. Yeah, because
Yeah.
just to experience that.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
There was one that you had me taste where he was like, so when you're gonna taste it, you're gonna taste barbecue and you're gonna taste smoke and bacon.
Yeah, peppered
And I was like,
bacon. Yeah.
Bacon in alcohol?
Yep.
And it's on my tongue was bacon, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like perplexed. I was like, how am I enjoying a meal right now in a
Yeah.
alcoholic beverage?
Yeah, there's another one out there also. It resembles on the nose, on the aroma. This may sound weird, but Band-Aid.
Band-Aid?
Yes, iodine,
Ooh.
like medicinal, or like burning wood, to that sense. But that's the aroma of it. But then on the high side of it, then you get like your toasted nuts, your barbecued stone fruit. It's a trip. It's a trip. I could talk about whiskey all day because it's something I don't know. It's something like when you get into something,
Yeah.
I get into it.
Yeah, you're passionate about it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whether it be whiskey, whether it be golf, whether it be firearms. If I want to get into it, I research everything and make sure I know about it before I. Yeah.
That's how I am too.
Yeah.
Like with this stuff,
Yeah.
like all
yeah.
the podcast stuff, I researched so many things. Like,
Yeah.
what's the best budget microphone? What's the best budget headphone?
Right.
Or the best of the best if we had that kind of money.
Right.
What software I should be using? But yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely understand you.
That's the fun part.
I'm gonna take a quick break, go grab some whiskey, do a little taste test. You guys down?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're back from our little break. We have our glasses of whiskey. I'll have my uncle explain what we're drinking and
What we should be
whatever he wants to
tasting.
explain about it.
All right. So this is Octomore.
Octomom. That's what he said.
This is a Scotch whiskey from Islay. It's from the Brooklotic Distillery. It is considered the most heavily peated, heavily smoked whiskey in the world,
This is apple juice for YouTube.
with a 59.2% alcohol ABV,
Apple juice.
which is in the 118, 119 proof range. So if you guys can smell it, what do you guys smell? Because it's straight barbecue.
No, yeah, I definitely do get the hints of the wood and smoke.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So in terms of flavor, like I said, I know it's going to be.
You put it right?
Oh.
I thought you tasted it
No, I
already.
was still smelling
Yeah.
it.
So in terms of the flavor of this, I like to consider it more or less of like peppered steak. If you have a steak with a peppercorn gravy on top,
I do smell a hint of peppercorn.
yep, you'll get that.
I'm being honest.
You'll get the salty seaweed taste kind of in there, as well as bacon and just like a barbecue in your mouth. That's on the palate. Now on the finish, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be spicy, and it's long lasting. Since you
All right.
guys ready?
Ready? Just
Cheers,
a little
guys.
sip, okay? Not
No,
like-
you can take the whole thing. This is not
Oh.
even a half ounce, but
put
take-
the whole thing in my mouth?
yeah, take it.
Pause.
Yeah, just drink it. Leave it on the palate for like a second, and then drink it slowly.
whole
Swallow.
thing?
Yeah, it's nothing.
You don't have to do the whole thing.
Scared. I don't drink.
I don't think I'm,
I'm not
gonna
going
do the
to.
whole thing.
I'm not going to. I'm
If
gonna
that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little.
Put it on your
But
tongue.
you got to finish it though.
I will finish it by the end of this. I promise.
This is a $250 bottle, so
Yes.
I poured it. We're gonna drink it.
I will.
Oh,
not,
yeah, we're definitely going to
yeah.
finish it, but I don't know about...
I will
don't know
not
mouth.
waste your 250
Pause
bones.
again.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Alright,
Cheers, cheers.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you so much for this.
I'm doing it. Fuck it. Oh. I did the whole thing.
Spicy, huh?
I didn't.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh.
Hello.
I can't breathe. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm not like at that level yet, but I didn't taste any of the actual like what you described. It just tastes bitter to me.
And I figured that because of the high alcohol content, That's common, and that's not a problem.
Mine was after. Oh my god.
I definitely feel the hot though. It's like it feels like it's slowly traveling down my throat.
Yeah, it's so in the whiskey realm, it's long lasting, it's full flavored, and it's still there.
Yeah,
and it's still be there.
It's not like a bad feeling though.
Yeah,
it's just definitely warm.
Yes,
down
yes,
there.
yeah.
Which is crazy.
I don't think I should have done that.
Did you take the whole thing?
Yeah.
No, I still have some.
Okay, good. We're on the same boat here.
God, that hurts.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful.
I think you said seaweed, right? I taste something like salty at the end.
Correct.
I got that at the end.
Like seawater.
I taste it like after I breathe, if that makes sense.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's definitely very complex. This is one of the most complex whiskeys out there. And it's tough to describe it, but yeah.
I'm not even like messing around. I've never had a feeling like that before.
Well, I mean, you're not like a heavy drinker
Good.
though.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Right. So the funny thing with this stuff is like, was drinking with his neighbor last night. So, to a point when you're drinking that much alcohol per volume, after like the fourth, say triple that what we had after the fourth one, honestly, it all tastes the same. So after that, it's basically like you stop, but you're already there by that time. So like it took us about maybe half hour to get to where we're at, and yeah.
I'm taking my hat off.
You good?
It burns.
Why'd you take the whole thing?
He said to.
He said you
I
can.
told you didn't have to.
Yeah,
He said he didn't say you should. He said you
be a
can.
man.
I want to pussy out.
Damn, like that.
Well, hey,
I've always ever.
I'm like, do I finish it?
Only ever sipped it.
Like on just a drop.
Yeah, just a drop. So I wanted to see what the experience.
I'm a certified bitch, bro. I'm not gonna take this in whole.
Well, he said sip, so I
It
said.
is a sip.
And make sure you leave it on your tongue for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until
Oh,
you feel
maybe
that
that's why I
fire.
messed up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
See, it's
that one was definitely spicy.
There you go. Yeah.
Definitely got the spicy one.
I
Yeah.
definitely feel like throwing up.
Yeah.
Well, you took it? What do you feel, Jalen?
It's spicy. It's
Yeah.
hot.
And honestly, that for anybody who can't, I mean, I don't say can't, but who really can't describe or that whole complexity of it, that's just the high alcohol volume of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything above 110 it's going to be hot, regardless. So it's not smooth. How people say, oh, that's really smooth.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I don't call it that. I consider it, like I said, full flavor, and it's full flavor definitely. So
Am I supposed to feel it in my butthole?
are you clenching?
I've been clenching because I've been holding in farts all day. Like this whole time we've been podcasting since the last one. I have bubble guts right now, so I don't know if the alcohol will mess that up.
It's that water you got from Chick-fil-A.
Oh, dude! I have been feeling like gassy since that water.
You mean Cane's?
Oh, Cane's.
What did I
Cane's.
say?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Cane's. I'm sorry, Cane's.
Yeah, sponsor us. Yeah,
We
but
do
I,
eat
so
you
when
every
we got,
time.
I'm talking to Haley right now. When we got Cane's earlier, she's sitting off camera. Okay, yeah. We went to Cane's and I just wanted water.
Hold on. Can we start by?
Yeah. So when we got there, we parked it.
There was a. Okay, so I have a disabled placard, for reasons where my hip and all this stuff, and for the wife, but there was not a handicap spot open, so we parked in a clean air vehicle, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna be a rebel, and it's parked there. I'll put up the handicap.
And I walked out the car and
And I walked out the car like this, and like
Jay
I walked out with a limp.
he was like, we can't all be disabled.
so just imagine someone eating inside and seeing four guys hop out of a truck, gimping.
All right. To be fair, I didn't catch the memo. I was normal.
I was just us three.
I was acting normally.
Yeah, that's okay. At least we had one normal guy.
Yeah, but theoretically, I should have been in the driver's seat then.
Oh, that was funny. But yeah, go ahead. So we waited for your water.
Oh yeah, so they thought I was ordering food too, and I was just getting a water, right? I do not feel good right now.
I'm over here like
My
I can kind of taste the bacon now. But
My gut is bubbling. So I was getting water and asked for a water cup, and the water is usually on a lemonade, right? Like when you
But
get it at a fountain, it's usually in a lemonade.
I think I don't know if there's like a standard, but I know it's usually attached to like another drink.
Yeah,
Like
it's always attached to
nozzle.
another drink, and
Yeah.
I always think it should be attached to the Minute Maid lemonade. But this time it was attached to High C fruit punch, and the water was coming out pink. And I've had that kind of water before. I was like, maybe it'll just be pink, and it still tasted like super watered down fruit punch. And I was like, oh, this is gross. So I emptied it, grabbed more ice, and I asked the lady if I was like, can I get tap water? She's like, no, we have water there. I was like, yeah, but it's coming out pink because it's the High C. She's like, oh yeah, that's just how it is. And I was like, I know, I don't want that. Can you give me tap water? And there was a faucet right behind her.
There was.
Yes, and she ended up giving me the water, and now I have the bubble guts.
She warned you.
And also-
she did.
Yeah, she did.
No.
She did.
And also, right when I got the water, we started walking back to the car, and these two were still waiting.
Because I thought you got
Yeah.
food.
And my uncle was like, "Let's just see.
Let's just walk.
Let's just walk, see
What
if
are
they
they
catch."
waiting
Yeah, because if I was waiting for food, I would still be there.
Yeah, but
That's why I was confused.
And they turned around like, "Where's he going?"
I thought you were going to the bathroom or something. I don't know. Like,
Oh man,
That was funny.
how you guys feeling, Jay? After taking the whole thing
honestly, I have a slight buzz going right now.
already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Also
Yeah.
because he's crossfaded right now.
That's
too.
true too.
Oh, that's
But,
good.
Yeah, this is an experience. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Was my dad awake when you were drinking with Chris?
No.
Quiz?
No.
quiz.
CWIS. No, I'm sorry. CWIZS.
Quiz.
That was like a cue, bro. At that point.
No, he was. So Chris wasn't smoking either.
No, he wasn't. He
So
wasn't.
you're just drinking.
Yeah. But we were loaded. LODED loaded. We were loaded, yeah.
How you feeling, Nick? How you feeling?
I still have a little bit left.
Just take it. Just take it. You'll be fine.
Hold up.
Do it.
Anyways, I feel it. I definitely feel it more in my stomach now, though. You know, like I don't
It was
have
a
like
slow burn the whole
yeah,
way
like
through.
it felt like it was slowly traveling downwards, and now I feel it in my stomach.
It
So-
burned my mouth.
So if we took an X-ray of him, we could see it going.
Oh, that's how it felt like. That was like the warm sensation traveling down.
Are you gonna take the whole thing now? You have only a little left.
Yeah, that's just
believe
like,
I mean,
that's like
technically we
vapor.
started with a little.
Yeah. So
That's a little of a
just
little.
take it. Just put it on your mouth for like 3 seconds. Like
Yeah,
in your in your palate.
In the palate, yeah, leave it there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Ooh, I heard
I
that.
heard the swallow, yeah.
Definitely spicy,
Yeah.
but I'm like low-key not catching any of the other flavors that
Flavor
you
notes,
mentioned.
yeah.
Licking
It's
the
tough.
top of your mouth.
It's tough.
That's what I
Yeah.
did.
But
It's tough.
definitely though, like I feel a lot of spice right now on the tip of my tongue.
Right, yeah.
So is it? You said the higher the more the alcohol, the more you just taste the alcohol.
For beginners or or people just drinking, yeah, it's that's why it's as hot.
I think with more experience, you know what you're tasting too.
Right, right.
But yeah, I mean,
find-
alcohol
could
in
just
general, I
rush
think
the
is an
flavors.
acquired taste. I
It
don't
is.
think you
It
just
is.
start off like, oh, this is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, like I told you, it was a whole evolution of it. you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
He has a whole list, history of receipts and shit of where he
yeah,
evolved.
Yeah,
into
yeah,
that.
exactly. So,
You
like I
know?
said, it's not for anybody, and of course, I don't expect anyone to like it, but there are a few that do.
Just to try it.
Yeah, yeah. There's,
It's always
there's-
nice to try.
Right, right,
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It is different,
Definitely not similar at all to any alcohol I've ever tasted.
Right,
So,
right.
When would you say you first started taking it seriously?
Well, I really took tequila seriously. I mean, when you get to that age, like I said, I mean, I puked many times before too. You know, I mean, just drinking Patron just to drink, right? But yeah, to a point where you start enjoying it, and then the buzz gets perfect, and then of course, then you know when to stop,
Yeah.
and that's perfect. That's when you just idle out, yeah, and then just go to sleep. But yeah, I want to say, yeah, it started with Patron, definitely. Started with tequila, and then it evolved from there. But
When did you transition into whiskey?
probably in 2015, 2016.
Do you remember your first bottle that made you feel official to the whiskey side?
Knob Creek is always my go-to Kentucky bourbon. Knob Creek,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
always. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a Costco bottle at home, just for whenever I want it. That's my go-to. If I go to a bar, and they have nothing else, but they have that,
Knob Creek.
I'll take Knob Creek all day. Yeah.
Nice.
So
We'll transition into. I want to talk about golf real quick. When did
Okay.
you start taking golf seriously? Because you played like a long time ago too. You said.
yeah. So back in 2005, a buddy of mine introduced me to it, and it was like, okay, well, we just play just to network and just to have fun, right? But I mean, I remember the first time it was just hacking away, but that first time you hit that ball perfectly, then you're hooked.
That's an addictive
Then you're
addictive
hooked.
feeling.
Yeah, but the issue with that was back then was I was playing with a bad hip before. The left hip was pretty much degenerating, so I was playing decent over the years with that degenerative hip, and then in 2008 I decided to get it replaced. And when that happened,
that.
yeah, when they did replace it, they evened me out because I was getting before.
He was actual disabled.
Yeah, one leg was shorter than the other, and then when they evened it out, I tried to go back and I couldn't hit the ball anymore and just got frustrated and left it alone. I just dropped everything. That was in 2009.
Do you think you could have done anything differently with your hip to feel like better than you do right now?
Okay, so the funny thing with that is they diagnosed it back when I was in my probably mid 20s to late 20s as degenerative. It's called avascular necrosis, where the actual joint is dying.
joint.
Yeah, the cartilage is depleting. So there's really only two ways that happens usually. It's either you got into a big sports injury like Bo Jackson did, or steroids. Now, back in my late teens, I did take one cycle of a steroid. Yeah. I don't know if that took effect. It was a 6-week cycle. It was just pills. It wasn't shots. But
I think, yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if it attested to that, or the other thing was it was just genetics. It just happened.
Right.
Just happened. So, but yeah. So after I got the hip replaced, I dropped golf because I just couldn't hit the ball anymore. And fast forward till last year. So I used to bowl. I bowled a lot too. Then COVID hit, and then so we didn't bowl anymore. And then so wife was like, "Why don't you go golf again?" I'm like, "Well, it's gonna be expensive." She's like, "Fine, just do something, right?" So I was like, I went with a couple.
Just get out the house, bro.
Exactly.
I don't want you to no more, man.
Do something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I went out with a couple friends who started just picking up golf. We went to the range and I picked up one of their clubs and I hit the ball. I'm like, oh shit,
You still got it.
still got it. Yeah.
Dang.
So yeah, she bought me my set of whatever. I knew exactly what I needed to do, what I wanted,
All the research, right?
all the research done. Like I said, I'll get into that,
Yeah.
and bam, we're here now. So
Yeah, we went golfing today, me and Uncle D, and we started off at the range. Remember those 3 guys that kept staring at you?
yeah,
They were a little slow, weren't they? You think?
I think they were.
I think the guy in the overalls was.
Yeah, well, the two that were here, but then that other
Yeah.
guy, was he black or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, he wasn't, but I don't know if they knew each other, right?
Yeah.
But so the funny story with that is that I haven't hit a ball or picked up a club since July 4th because it's been so hot. And I was like, I even told him, I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm nervous right now.
Oh man, he was like within the 7 people that was in the row at the range, he was definitely the one hitting the ball the nicest shot.
Yeah.
Because everybody, because I was next to him, like we were sharing a stall, and then the 3 guys that were next to us, they were hitting the same as I was hitting, and then we were all just watching him hit the ball 200 plus yards.
Yeah.
off his dri-
Mesmerizing,
off his-
man.
off
Like,
his
especially when
drive.
you hear that sound,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, dude.
The slat.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
a-
fun. It's fun.
And then we played an actual course, which was my first time ever playing a course, and oh man, that's so nerve wracking. Especially
That first hole.
for me, it
It
was
was-
my first hole at my first course. I was just getting on top of the ball the whole time.
Yeah, he was nervous. He was definitely nervous, but
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I knew he was. So
And then we went to the 9 course was like only par 3s, which is like close.
Yeah.
So there was only one where we had, or two
Two,
where we had to
yeah.
use our drivers, and we parked the cart in front, like it was kind of in the way
yeah,
of
for-
the fairway.
we parked the car near the tee box that we were teeing off of.
Yeah, and then the people behind us were waiting for us, but they parked kind of in the way too. But they were under a tree, and I was more nervous for them than I was the cart.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I was telling Godia, I was like, they're in the danger zone.
And I told him, I was like,
slicing.
there's no way you could hit him. I mean, just
Because
aim,
it wasn't
left
even
and you'll be fine.
it wasn't even like straight and right. It was direct right. I'll put the video right now, and then little pause for the video.
Yeah.
But then I was so scared because the ball sliced, hit the tree immediately, and the people under the tree they fully ducked.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god. And I was like, as soon as I hit the ball, I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, right when he hit it.
I was scared, but it was fun. And he was like giving me tips, and sometimes it worked, but it's when you hear that sound and you see your ball go, it's like, whoa, let me do that again.
Yeah.
You get hooked.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing is that I always tell him, you hear people at the range all the time trying to give pointers to people. I don't like to do that because I'm not good either. I mean, I'm okay, but I don't want to be that person where I'm giving you something where, you know what I mean? Because I see it all the time. Someone's telling somebody and like, what are you telling them? You're telling them wrong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't say it's wrong, but that's not going to fix what the issue is. I know how to fix my issues, and I'd rather address my issues because I can't fix other people's issues. It's really up to the person to understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like you don't believe you're like at a level where like I can immediately discern what you're doing wrong and I can provide you with the tips to fix that. You're like, I'm still at a point where like I'm fixing my own like skills kind of.
Yeah, I have an understanding, and I've always tell people that instead of buying or paying for clubs, pay for lessons. Because it helps instead of trying to get the equipment because you could afford it.
Yeah,
because it's not cheap.
Get your fundamentals down first.
Correct. There it is. That's it right there. The fundamentals is the most important thing. So
I got my clubs for free.
Yeah. So if you don't understand the fundamentals, even just if you just picked up a club and watched the video, what the fundamentals are, how can you apply that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a trip because I could watch YouTube videos all day of instruction. It didn't work for me. I had to go get somebody to actually show me because I'm that type of person who physically needs to understand.
You need to be doing it to learn.
Right, yeah. Because you watch a video, I can't apply it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's better to like have it in hands. Like if you don't know how to drive manual, right, and you're watching a video on how to do it,
Right.
You can't just watch like hours of videos and then like you get in a car and like you likely will still stall the first time you try.
Exactly, right. But
like-
if someone's there next to you in the passenger seat telling you, ease up,
Exactly. Yeah.
release now, and step.
Yeah.
Because you have
Yeah.
to have that feel.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
it's
feel.
feel. Right, it's feel. Right.
It's all about getting your hands dirty. You can't just pick it up off like seeing something happen. You know.
Right.
I think the best tip that he gave me today was to let the club do the work. Because I was tensing.
Oh,
My
yeah.
forearm is sore because I was gripping that club.
Right.
And I was like swinging at the ball. But as soon as I just like, he said, always half swing. Just half swing. No, I have to put my full power.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I just like, it was like a practice swing, like just messing around. Like all that thought in your head of like, okay, I gotta hit the ball perfectly. I gotta just. It was like, and then I hit my ball, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I barely touched it. It felt like that. That's like,
Right.
and the ball went like 100 yards, and I was like, dang.
Yeah. And it's like and once you get that first good hit and you know it's a good hit,
Yeah.
it's like, wow, that felt great. You know what I mean? So
Can you swipe the laptop real quick? Just like the mouse, yeah. All right. I was got a funny little side note. So the people that gave me my clubs is actually Haley's middle school friend. Their parents gave me the clubs, and
really,
yeah,
it was what's her name?
yeah. See, this is what I,
Yeah.
so it was her friend's dad that gave me the clubs. That gave me the clubs for free. And Haley's friend's dad is married to Uncle D's ex-girlfriend from middle school
In 8th grade.
in 8th grade because they all went to St. Edward's.
Yeah.
Holy.
Small ass.
Wow.
Follow that?
Right?
Did you follow that? Yeah.
We were hanging out with Haley's friend's parents, and then she showed me a picture, and she's like, "Is this your uncle?" And I was like, "Dude, that looks nothing like him now."
Is that from like 8th grade?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah.
That's what had a perm.
Yeah.
Had a pump. Had a perm like this.
Hey man, the times were different. The
It
times were
was,
different.
bro.
Hey, I had a perm. I had a perm in high school too.
Yeah, I got a
You
perm.
had like a double perm.
Mine was messed up.
How do you get a double perm?
I had permed it when I had my man bun, and then it didn't work, so I had to perm it again. So like it like killed my hair.
You got a straight galut, dude.
For real.
Straight galut.
It's like this guy's hair.
Hey, hold on now.
That's a good one.
Let's transition into your younger years. Let's see. How was your experience at Moreau Catholic High School?
Oh man, dude, it was fun, but definitely would love to go back in time and
Do
it
some
again.
things different, or do it again?
Just do it again, and you know, of course, like I said, once you grow and grow and grow, you think about things that you missed out, I guess you want to say, that you could have like experienced, or damn, I should have. You know what I mean? What would
Yeah,
that would have been like?
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, but Moreau was back then was I don't want to say strict, but I can't attest to how it is now. But it was like, you know, a small group of kids. You know what I mean, freshmen, sophomores, whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a pretty big school in terms of private high school.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, yeah, like I said, I wish I could go back and just do it again.
I think it's the biggest private high school in
The Bay.
the Bay, almost. Maybe not the Bay, but like East Bay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, other than that, so we were talking about this earlier. But yeah, so my last 6 days of my high school life, I spent in detention because I wore sweats. Yeah, I even got in trouble one year for saying shit in the hallway, and a theology teacher caught me.
Had to be the theology teacher.
Yeah, and I got
That's a
detention
double
for
whammy
that.
right there.
Yeah, bro, that was terrible. Yeah, did I feel bad? No, I was like, really? But yeah,
How often did they make you guys go to church?
we had mass. I think it was every Thursdays.
Yeah,
in the
that
gym.
I
sounds
think
right.
they still did
In
that.
the gym, yeah.
I
in the
remember.
gym.
I remember doing that for middle school, but I didn't know high school still
Yeah.
did that, even if it was a
I
Catholic.
want to say it was every Thursdays if I remember. Yeah. So that was like I graduated in '92. That was ages ago, but yeah, 30-year reunion coming up. Oh boy, and no, I'm not going. But yeah, it was definitely fun times that I wish I could have.
Didn't what's her name? Auntie M.
Emily?
Emily.
Uh-huh.
Didn't she hit you up on Facebook?
She did. Yeah, she wanted me to speak because I guess she works there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she wanted me to speak on behalf of I forgot what grade it was.
Too.
Yeah, just about life experience. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, I mean, I told her straight up that I didn't take a traditional route of graduating from college and doing whatever, but I didn't feel like I couldn't. Like I said, I'm not gonna make up a story, right? To make kids feel, oh, this is how you should be, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I opted not to do it just for the fact that I'm not gonna.
Tell
No.
these kids how to live their life, basically.
Right. Yeah, and it's like I said, I mean, everybody teaches his own. I'm okay now, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
get
other
it.
than that, yeah, it wasn't a traditional route of, graduating high school and going to a 4-year college and getting a degree, and then possibly going on to get a master's degree and then getting a career in that degree. It wasn't even that route. So, but other than that, yeah, I turned it down because I couldn't fathom of trying to think of a story that would be exciting for 5th graders, right? It's like, oh, I want to be like him. I want to be like him when I grow up.
Auntie Ree mentioned in high school too, you were pretty good at tennis.
Yeah.
Were you number one?
I was number one as a junior,
Sheesh.
and that was a time when like Andre Agassi was hot, or was the
Ooh.
top. So yeah, I had the biker shorts underneath the white shorts.
You had like a mullet too or something?
I did
Like
not
a
have a
pu-
bullet. I had my pump at the comb back, bro.
Ooh, the pompadour,
Yeah,
huh?
The pompadour, yeah. So
Sheesh.
yeah, that was pretty fun. But I mean, I wasn't that great, but I was obviously
Number one
the
in a
best
row.
at that point until my senior year.
Oh, when the freshmen beat
This
you out,
freshman-
right?
Yeah, and I know who he was
That sucks.
because in Union City, I knew who he was because he played at Cabello over there at the tennis courts.
Yeah.
So I knew who he was, but he was good as an 8th grader, and this fool came in, and I knew he was going to kick me off. And then when I went to number 2, got kicked off as a senior from number 1 by a freshman.
Yeah.
I quit.
Damn, bro.
So I just made sure I got my letter, and that was it. So
Yeah. You still have that?
I don't even know where it is, honestly.
But you
Af-
think you do?
after
Like
my
in storage
parents
somewhere?
after my parents moved,
Oh yeah, it
It's-
probably got lost somewhere.
it's somewhere.
Wait,
It's
what letter?
Letterman
Lemon
jacket.
jacket.
Letterman jacket.
Letterman jacket.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got
the
you.
varsity
Got you.
jacket.
For being varsity, yeah.
Yeah, I have one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty disappointing to get beat up by a freshman.
I mean- Damn.
Hey.
Was it like when did tennis season start?
Spring,
Oh, okay. So it was after. So it was. He was
like late
probably
March.
14, 15-year-old,
Oh.
and you were 18.
Yeah, he was a beast though. I'll give him that. He was a beast. He was a beast for being 12, 13 years old.
I mean, yeah, to dethrone a senior.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Oh yeah,
He probably felt like the man.
Hey, his
Dude,
head was probably huge,
His
bro.
ego was up there,
Oh,
bro.
for sure, man. I would be. Shoot.
Especially not even just a senior, the number one senior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
He just
what's
came
his
up-
name?
Ooh, Richie Reyes.
Fuck you, Richie Reyes.
Richie Reyes.
Yeah, I wonder what do you think he's doing now? Playing tennis?
No, he ain't playing. No. He ain't playing tennis.
Intramurally?
League.
He's playing. He's playing,
At the rec league?
he's playing pickleball at the YMCA now.
The 40-year-old up, 40-year-old league. Oh man, yeah. So that
Just
was
jokes though,
experience.
Richie.
Hope you're doing good.
Don't Google his name. People Google his name. Richie Reyes.
Star tennis player, dethroned
bro.
Dennis Jeffrey Fajardo.
1992. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's transition into another topic. I know you're big into firearms and
Yes.
just the guns in general.
Yeah. So the funny thing about it is that I growing up in the Bay. You guys would probably know, but guns are really not. How do you want to say?
Celebrated.
Correct.
Prominent,
correct.
too. Well,
Yeah, they're decently not. I wouldn't say rare, but it's like uncommon. I think.
Correct,
Depending
yeah.
on where you're from.
Yeah, but remember now. So my grandfather was in the Army, and he handed down some firearms to my dad, and then like I said, he fought in the Korean War and all that stuff. So firearms have been around. I've been around firearms all my life, but I didn't really get into it till I moved out to the Central Valley in 2013. Now, funny thing, the reason why I got into it is because out there in the valley, it's much easier to obtain a CCW, a concealed weapons permit, to carry legally concealed out over there than it is pretty much anywhere here in the state of California, just because they're more lenient out there with firearms. It's for protection, right? So, I mean, out over here, Sacramento area, even in LA or in the Bay, you have to have a quote unquote valid reason to have a concealed firearm, like either carry large sum amounts of money, or you own a business in which your life could be threatened at any point in time. But out over there is basically the reason was to protect family and friends from potential danger. Simple as that, and they approve it. So since 2016, I've been a CCW permit holder, and I usually carry all the time. So, but getting into firearms was something I've always wanted to get into. Especially, I had the older rifles, you know what I mean. But now when you get into the more modern stuff, it gets more fun. So,
because you have a lot in your
yeah, I've accumulated
at home.
I did, yeah.
I don't want to say
Well,
where they are.
So that's like this. So let me ask. I've always asked these two the question, but what do you think AR stands for when this always comes up?
I know the people will probably say assault rifle,
Of course,
but I know I've heard it before, but I don't recall right now.
right. So basically, AR means it was a company back in the 50s. Don't quote me on that, but Armalite.
Yes, that sounds mad familiar. Yes.
Yes, that's the brand that made the modern
So it's just a shortened.
modern hunting rifle is what they call it, right? So, how everyone always says, "Oh, it's an assault rifle, this and that." It's not. I mean, is it scary because it's black? It's a, I mean, what's
Pause.
Come on.
you know what I mean?
No,
yeah,
The tactical look of a
Right. Like
Yeah.
AR-15.
It looks intimidating.
Yeah.
Correct. It looks
It looks
intimidating.
super tactical,
Right.
and when you see something tactical, you're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as opposed to my grandfather's old 1950 30-06 wooden rifle, which is way more powerful than my AR,
That's-
people don't
yeah.
find that as
Is that the one
scary.
you have?
Yeah, that 30-06, the big one. Yeah, the bolt action one.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
looks like Fortnite hunting rifle
Yeah,
type.
like you
That's what it
kill.
looks
Yeah,
like.
like you can kill a moose with it,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, people don't consider it scary because it doesn't.
It doesn't look-
Yeah.
People
correct.
think of it as a hunting rifle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the name. Like,
Yeah, and I also think like because of like how contemporary design is, like you see it's wooden, it's whatever. Like it seems to like the I guess untrained eye, right? It's dated. Like
Correct,
it seems
yeah.
more like a relic of the past type of shit, right? Versus
Right.
like you see like a modern like AR-15, like that shit looks so like utility driven and whatnot, and like you can customize in so many different ways and
mine's
stuff.
beautiful, bro.
So it seems much more intimidating and like dangerous than even though that the the rifle we're comparing it to is arguably way more dangerous. It
Correct.
just like looks wise, people tend to gravitate. Oh, the AR-15 is more dangerous.
Correct.
Yeah.
And would you say classify yours as an AR-15?
It is our AR-15. Yeah.
What's the 15 for?
That's basically the number would justify the caliber of round it shoots.
15.
So either 5.56 or 2.23 in terms of the round it shoots. Then you can get into the AR-10s.
7.76.
Yep, that shoots the bigger rounds like the AKs. The AK-47 shoots a bigger round. Yeah, so that's all it is. It's just the number of how it's labeled. But
That's another thing that gets super addicting. If ammo was easy to get, because ammo
which it was
before.
which it was.
I lived with them. I'd ask him to go almost every week.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much when they came down over there, we that's the thing to do out there.
Yeah,
Let's go shoot.
let's go
outdoor.
shoot. Let's
Yeah.
go eat some Jack in the Box, and let's
Yep.
hang at the house.
Yeah, but now that ammo got all
Oh yeah.
high end and tight, it's like I can't take them out shooting no more
So
Yeah. Unless we buy it for him.
unless you buy the ammo. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not that it's harder to obtain per se. It's more
No, it's just
expensive.
it is more.
It's just
expensive,
money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not like it's also less. It's just the fact that it's way more expensive than what it was before.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
That's another thing. Like my first shot with his handgun, I was like, oh, I want to keep shooting.
Yeah. It's that addictive rush.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I
it's and then he let me shoot his the handgun, his shotgun, and his AR.
Mm.
The shotgun is fun because it
Right.
the kick, like the first time I shot that, I was super scared because I was only like 16. When did you get your shotgun?
Probably 2016, 2017.
Yeah, so I was like 16, 17, and I was like not ready for how much that was
Recoil.
gonna-
Yeah, the recoil.
And like,
Yeah.
it was like, and when you shoot it, you can't stop, so you have to. So it's like the continuous. So after my first one, I was like, okay. You're like, pull. I was like, okay, I gotta keep going.
Go.
And especially, yeah. So if you think about it too much, just like golf, you're gonna overdo it.
Yeah.
So if you hit one, just keep going.
Yeah.
That's like I've hit 6. My high score is 6 in a row.
Steel plates.
Steel plates,
Steel
like
plates,
to
yeah.
knock it down. What is yours? Both racks.
Both racks.
So
yeah,
10?
Both racks. Yeah. At about 12
Full
yards
clip?
away. Yeah. 12
Yeah.
yards away.
So like if you tense up, it's gonna shoot down. I'm aiming at it.
She went.
Yeah, but that's a fun thing to do too. Who hasn't gone yet? Gian, because of
Age.
ammo
No,
and
age,
age.
yeah.
He's,
Well,
he's old enough now, though, right?
Yeah. Well, remember my thing was that I wanted him to be mature enough.
I think he is now. What
yeah,
do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, because honestly, so with firearms, anybody who comes who haven't shot before we even go, I'm gonna give you
The whole rundown.
a whole rundown of safety, just
Mm-hmm.
safety. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's the most important thing. You know what I mean? Is safety. I don't care if you don't hit any target. It's just safety.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people who come who shoot for the first time, I was like, you know what? You're gonna go through a gamut with me. We're gonna sit down for about a half hour. I'm gonna let you hold it, but we're gonna go through all the safety protocols to make sure you know how safety is.
Yeah.
And he's taken me so many times that like when we bring new people, I get to not necessarily play with the gun, but that's the only time I'll ever hold it sideways.
Yeah.
That's not how you shoot. But when
Right.
it's like completely empty, clips out, no bullets in it, unloaded, safety's on still.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, "What's up, fool?" I get to hold it like that. And he's over there on the side just teaching somebody, "Don't do that."
Don't do that. Don't be that one.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's always the main thing is always finger off the trigger. So it's funny. It's like I'll pick up a Nerf gun or a water gun.
And you're still having
It's
it off the
automatic. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
automatic.
always.
Like that. Always.
muscle memory now, huh?
Automatic. Yeah, it's automatic. Yeah, it's automatic.
What are you? I'm gonna ask you this. What's the top 3 safety rules for you?
So the first one is finger off the trigger. Finger off the trigger. That's the first one. The second one is to always make sure the firearm is unloaded, meaning that there's no magazine in it, nor there's not one in the chamber. That's always the second one. And the third one basically is always have it pointed in a direction where
With
you
no people.
do not want to cause damage, obviously, right? Those are the top 3.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I mean, like anybody, even when you pick it up,
It can.
there's a thought process that when you have to pick it up, even if you know it's empty, but there's still a thought process that has to be ingrained because you have to be that way. Because if it's live, and one slip,
Yeah.
you don't want to.
Like you can't make mistakes with that.
No,
Like,
you cannot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot. You don't. Yeah, you don't. So that's why I make sure that everybody who comes up there knows that. So, but it's fun. It's really it's
Yeah.
really fun. It's a rush. So
It's fun when we bring the shotgun out because we shoot paper targets.
oh,
So
destroyed.
remember the last time we went, we named one.
Yeah,
What did we name it with Uncle Zalo?
I forgot. We labeled it.
target.
the
Yeah.
top- yeah, we
The
labeled
tennis
top.
kid.
Like Richie. this is you, Richie Reyes.
Double R.
No, but we were naming him. I was like, I'm gonna hit this dude in the balls.
Yeah, yeah.
And I aimed the shotgun. And there's different types of shotgun shells, right?
Yeah,
You
there's
wanna explain
like
that?
regular buckshots or just spray, and then there's slugs that are just one big 1 ounce steel
Yeah. Holes.
target. Yeah,
That'll. Which one was the worst against a human?
to me it's the what do you call it, the slug.
The slug.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just. But the what do you call it, the buckshots are like the regular hunting ones are little pellets.
Pellets, yeah.
Right, like the
Yeah.
one that spreads.
Yeah. That's you don't have to aim really.
Right.
But it's still super powerful.
Yeah, if someone's in the direction coming to your house, is bam.
What about bird shot?
That's that's a bird shot. That's
Oh,
the-
same.
Yeah, where it's just
Sprays, yeah,
yeah,
the same.
Yeah, so
The AR is fun to shoot because it's not as, whatchamacall.
there's really no recoil in it.
Yeah, no
Really
recoil.
No,
And he has a red dot. And you look through the little sight, I'm like, oh, shit.
but it's
With
loud.
the laser. Oh, yeah, it's
But it's
loud.
loud,
It's
yeah,
loud.
it's
But
loud.
you don't feel it, so
Yeah.
yeah, we always try to have competitions. There's like the targets, like who's closest to the center.
Yeah.
Well, let's try to hit this letter. That's fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun. What were we laughing about earlier?
So many things.
Oh my god.
Some things definitely cannot be.
We were laughing in the car, hecka.
Dude.
Oh, we were talking about. I was making Jay laugh in the last podcast because we were talking about the titas at the parties.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so big now.
Yeah.
You have boyfriend?
Yeah.
Did that happen to you when you were younger too? A lot?
Yes, and I try not to be that uncle now. Except when I get drunk and looking for my shirt. Where's my shirt?
It's like a scavenger hunt. Something's always missing.
Yeah, something's missing.
Earlier he lost his hat.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You should make a bingo card every time.
Oh man.
That's funny, bro.
Do you think you would ever leave Visalia? Quick transition.
If we go out of state, yeah.
Yeah.
Out of
That's the
state.
only reason you would?
Yeah.
You don't want to move anywhere else in California?
No. Yeah.
Can I ask, like, why did you decide to move out the Bay?
Oh.
Okay. I moved out of Bay. I want to say forced, but it was because of the job transfer.
Okay.
It was because of job transfer.
And then you fell in love with it.
Yeah, because it was either. I mean, if I had the opportunity to move out of California, I would have took that right away because we didn't have kids then. It would be easy. But I can't. I have to admit. I mean, where I'm at is probably the best place in California to be, in terms of. I mean, it's slow paced. See, that's the thing though. I mean, if I was younger, probably not.
Yeah,
But-
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, but it's definitely a slower life. It's not. There's no clubs really out there. You know what I mean? It's just
Yes.
slow paced farm life. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it has its plus and negatives.
Yep.
But other than that, yeah, it's fun.
I think for me to be happy where I live, I just need a bowling alley and like a golf course and a gun range now. Now like those are the,
trifecta right there.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
like a gym, like a basketball gym or like a regular gym. Those are my top three.
Really?
That'll be like I'll just be chilling.
For me, I feel
No
like
boba spots, no.
I mean,
I mean those are like extras.
yeah, those are
low-key,
little like
he's saying he's building his foundation.
yeah,
Where-
that's my
Uh,
foundation for sure.
Well, let's say this. Okay, well, let's transition to this.
I need
So
an
let's
in
say
and
you
out.
won the lotto. Okay,
Ooh.
let's say you won the lotto, and I know a lot of people shoot the shit about this, but if you won the lotto, what would you seriously do? We'll start. We'll
Can
start.
you do the laptop one more time?
Go ahead. Who wants to start?
What is that? Wait, what happened? What's that thing on?
There are 10 sync issues in OneDrive.
Huh?
There are 10 sync issues in OneDrive.
Oh, that's work.
Oh,
Oh.
you can just minimize it.
How do you minimize it?
The yellow.
The yellow one.
What yellow one?
The second, top left corner.
Top left corner.
Yeah, of the.
of the white box.
There's only a cloud.
Can you help him real quick?
Command M.
Alt
I thought it was
X.
Command H.
That's for high.
Control Alt Delete.
No,
Oh,
not that one. We don't have. Actually, no, we do have control on Mac.
See? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so let's go into that because I always like hearing people from different age groups of what they would do. So let's give the number. I'll give the number. How about that? Let's
Okay.
make it easy. So here in the state of California, they figure they take half. Okay, figure half. So 100 million, you get 50.
I've seen though where you can do monthly payments,
Yeah,
so
if
you
you,
get
if
more.
you take the lump sum, you get a bigger
Cut.
They take a bigger cut of it.
Yeah.
But if
Correct.
you take the what do you call it? Installments?
Yes, 30.
I guess.
30 is 30.
It's you get
Over
like,
30
they'll,
years.
they'll take less of it.
Yeah.
away.
Correct.
So let's just say you do the lump sum, so you get 50.
Yeah,
So
so
say
let's
you.
just call it 50 total.
Yeah, yeah.
50.
50
whatever.
mil, clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You'll go first, Nick.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, and
First
then
thing
we'll go
I'm
Jade and me.
doing is researching and getting a financial advisor.
Okay,
Because I don't want to fall into a hole where like I have life changing money and all of a sudden it's gone.
good. Okay.
So I want to
Oh,
see
you're smart.
like I definitely because like I know I've watched videos before of like they interview like athletes or something on GQ.
Yep.
And like they mention like your first thought, especially if you don't come from money, is you want to go on a little shopping spree, right?
Correct.
So like that financial advisor that you get will set that aside. Like okay, here's your little splurge money. And now let's talk about investing and setting yourself up. So like if you never work another day in your life, you'll be set still, right?
I think this dude's speaking for all of us.
So I would
I
first
don't
and
think there's
foremost
another
contact
answer to
a financial advisor, see what the plan is,
Right.
see what I'm left with. But for myself, I definitely want to make sure like we buy a house for my family, like my immediate family, like my parents and whatnot.
Right.
Make sure they're settled somewhere where like that
They
they can
want it.
call their own.
Right.
That and then probably some house for myself because I don't envision myself living with them in the long run.
Right. Good.
Take that out, get my dream car,
Yep.
Maybe get make sure like give some money to like my closest friends, like especially if I know like because at my current age, right, I think I might be the only one in my friend groups that has like an actual 9 to 5.
Gotcha.
Most
Okay.
of my other friends are generally like in some kind of hourly job or like still going to school or a mixture of the two.
Right.
So I'd probably give, all my close friends like some kind of money, like, hey, I just made it big. If I'm eating, y'all eating to some extent too, right?
Yep,
So,
yep, okay.
make sure they get something. And then
How much is something to you?
Well, it depends on what the advisor. Honestly, it all depends on the advisor. But I would say this: I would assume I'll save at least 25 mil of that 50 to go towards investments and savings and all that stuff. So let's say like I have 25 mil to spend, right? So I'm getting
Your car, you said.
yeah, like I'll get my Evo 2 Mercedes.
Yep.
I'll get to. I envision myself still in the Bay. So let's say each of the houses are like 1 mil plus,
Right, easy.
Because that's what it's gonna be now,
Easy.
right?
Yeah, easy.
So
Even more.
so I'll be modest, right? I'll say for myself, let's say the houses, like my own house and my parents' house, 2 mil total, right? Let's be nice to me, right? Okay, so I spent.
It's gonna go quick. Watch
Yeah.
this. It's gonna go quick.
So I spent
You're already at
at
23?
this point, I
Yeah.
probably spent around
Yeah.
two
2 million.
2.4 mil with the car, or maybe 2.2 to 2.4 mil with the houses in the car, right?
Right.
And then so I have what 22.5 mil left, something like that.
Sure.
But mind you, I'm keeping mental notes, so
Okay.
I'll come back to that later.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Who would I consider like close? Like actually got me like that, because that's like, because the number of people also depends on the amount. Like if the fewer people I consider like my homies like that who got my back, the more I'm giving because it's a lesser amount, right?
Right.
So let's see.
Do I count? Am I one of your finger numbers?
Okay, let's say I have 7 friends that I actually like. You guys are like lifelong friends, like whatever it is. Like I always got your back type shit. You guys are included.
Yes.
Just leave it there, right?
I'm like, we gotta be at least.
So like I think at least of the like those 7 friends, each of them at least get like a milli. I think I would say.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm not gonna like make it seem like I was poor growing up, but I definitely like I grew up in the type of household where like my parents masqueraded it well. I think they made it seem like we had a lot more money than we did, but like I definitely remember like if something was not on sale that I wanted, we would not be buying it.
Right.
And so I know what it is to be like not with money in
Right.
in a sense. So like I would make sure like, and I also know I've worked retail jobs before and stuff, and throughout school and stuff.
Right,
So
right.
I know how hard that is. So I would definitely want to bless the closest people in my life who are going through those struggles. Like if I can give you life-changing money, because like a mil, like I would hope you don't spend it all. Like if you turn that into like some kind of investment, I'm sure you could set yourself up for success as well.
Right.
Profit.
Right.
So
off of it.
yeah, so I would say probably each of the people I consider close at least a mil. So let's call that 7 mil, right? So now we're down to, let's see, 22.5 minus 7,
15.
15 or so, and then I guess check in with my parents, see what kind, if they have any debts, like debts to settle.
Debts?
Yeah, debts to settle.
Debts or depth?
Debts. Like debts to settle. Like, do they owe anyone money? Do whatever? And if they do, clear those out.
Right. Good.
So I can't come up with a cost for
Right,
that.
right.
But I'll definitely take care of that.
Good.
And then afterwards, maybe a little bit more spending on myself. Maybe like maybe 1 or 2 more cars. But honestly, after that, I feel like the rest of I don't envision spending all 25 mil of that chunk I didn't save. So I'd probably, like I said, pay out the debts, whatever. Maybe 1 or 2 more cars, and then the rest of that back into the account with
Right.
the financial advisor, whatever they say is the smartest move. And
Right.
also do my own research and like, so I don't not fully dependent on that financial advisor.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably how I'd spend that.
Good. Okay.
I can't do that.
Why?
Huh? That was very detailed, very like well thought out. Like,
I'm gonna do a quick one.
my thought process was I'm taking care of whatever debts I gotta handle, student loans, like my parents, the house, whatever. Enough to have a house for me, like enough for me to like not have to work another day if possible. I don't know how if that's
Facts.
if that's possible with 50 mil. I'd like, but
That's definitely possible. 50
it
mils.
is.
so like enough for me to not have to work anymore, like retire for sure. But actually, no, not retire. I would still keep my job right now. I want to make it seem like I didn't make any money, like I didn't win the lottery.
Yeah.
But if any of my like Nick was saying, if any of my people coming up to me like, dude, I really like, if I had $100, if I had $100,000 right now, like my life would be solved. Like all my problems would go away. Like I wouldn't like straight up tell them like, oh, here's 100,000, but like I would find a way to get them that, and then like keep on moving on. Like hopefully I'm not taking it out of that money too much. Main things I want to do, I want to travel, and by that time obviously I'm financially stable. Then I would start looking for marriage, having kids, like
Right.
trying to settle
Starting
into
your
my
family.
family, like
Right.
because at that point that's all I really want. That's the only thing holding me back from that right now. Like
is money.
Money. Like if I had the money, I would already be on that path. But I just
Be in
Okay, you'll get
Bali having a baby.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
No, yeah.
Yep.
So for me, I would definitely hire a financial advisor, like Nick would say, and then I would want to pay off my family's debt, so my parents and then Mama Terry, and I would offer Haley's family, since we're like getting married and that's gonna be part of my life. So I'd offer that so we can all live comfortably. I think my parents, I know they talked about wanting to live in Hawaii, but then also like not. So I don't know, wherever they would want to move, I would try to get them a house.
Right.
Which is probably same with Haley's parents. Their houses are probably going to be wherever me and Haley end up moving because we always want to stay close to family. And then with the financial advice, I just invest like stocks, real estate is good to invest too.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything that will make my 50 million back into the 100 million. So anything I can do for that
And beyond, too.
and beyond, yeah, and continue to make money off of the free money that I got.
Yeah, because like especially when you have that type of money, like you could put like a couple of M's in like guaranteed low percentage growth accounts, and because of the sheer volume of money you have, like even as little percent as it is, like you'll still get a good chunk of money. Like say like if you put in like what is it, like if you had $1 billion, right, and you put it in at like a 1% account, don't you get $1 million every like year if it's like a 1% annual? Like $1 million's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just like passive income. Like you're not doing anything to earn that milli. It's just coming out of your 1 billion in the account. Obviously that's like a stretch because we're talking about 50 and now I'm increasing it to
Also, I'm for sure taking like 5 mil just to spend
yeah, like you definitely want to get that splurging
out
like desire out
fast.
and like smartly.
Yeah.
So then like that it's kind of that impulsiveness is out the way and now you can think with the clear head. It's like post-nut clarity.
Right.
What do you think about our answers?
Those are good. But I'm gonna tell you what I would do. 50 mil. No one will get nothing. Yet.
Nobody. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Until
The reason being is this. So the money that you're saying, and like I said, no one has a wrong answer, okay? No one has a wrong answer, but this is just me. So the 50 mil that you get, anything that you give, you're not going to get back.
Yeah, that's how you see it.
Right.
You have to see it that way. Like if you loan people money,
Okay, right.
I think I know where you're going with this.
And my point is, if someone does ask, out of respectfully, my answer would be, hold up, let me make more money with this money first.
that's
Then
that's right.
then I can give you that money because I still have the seed.
money, the first.
Because I'll make more money off the seed.
right?
You'll give them the profit that you made.
Correct.
God.
That's
Now
I saw that.
I would never give out cash. If I was to give something out, I'd give you 1,000 shares of Google or something like that. Because then I know
that you'll.
it's your
continue.
responsibility now. I didn't give you actual dollars, actual money.
You
I
can-
gave you an investment.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you.
See, this guy right here is
Yeah.
doing that Jesus thing.
Yeah.
You
So
give a man
Taught
a
a man
fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
You feed him for a day.
So I
Jesus.
could give you 1,000 shares of Google, which would make you rich if you held that sucker for 5-10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
On your own.
Right.
I don't expect nothing back, but I gave you 1,000, whatever, how much that would be. Now it's up to you. If you want to, like I said, if you want to be greedy and sell it, go right ahead.
Right.
But if you want to build generation wealth, you'd probably keep it.
Right. Like and only really sell when you need to. Pretty much,
It's
right?
not a need. It's like I said, it's more or less.
But like if you just keep it, like then technically you don't have any money because that's that's unliquidated.
No, you have
Right.
that money forever. It's there. You don't the time when you sell it. That's the time that you have it in your hand. But regardless of the fact, it's that whatever you see 000,000, that's actual money there.
Right. So okay. So let's say you're on the flip side, right?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
say someone you knew
Yep.
hit the 50 mil,
Yep,
right? And
yep.
then they gave you the 1,000 shares
Yep,
of Google, right?
yep.
When would you personally like cash in some of that to actual like liquid assets?
Well, so here's the thing. So I know about investments
right.
to be able to carry. So I wouldn't hire a financial advisor. I do it myself.
Okay.
But in that sense of a term, you're right. Okay, now if it's flipped to me, okay, let's say that 1,000 share, let's say it's worth 500,000.
Okay.
Okay, I'll sell maybe 250 of it. That's free money, and I could go ahead and do whatever with that money.
Right.
Fine.
Okay.
But I would never sell all of it because once you sell all of it, then that's cash your hand, and now you're just bleeding money.
Yeah.
There's no way to get it back. There's no way to make it back. At least with whatever. If I took 250, there's 750 shares there. Well, over years, compound interest, you'll still be making money on it. So that's what, like you said, you know, if the more money you have, the more money you make, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I would do. And then the thing is that I always say, I'd move somewhere.
Just like remote or something. Or
Yeah.
what?
Oh hell yeah.
Like shit, catch me in the Himalayas.
Just hide out. Just hide out.
No, I'd feel
You
like
can come in. Hold on. You can come in.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, hi. What's up?
You're not on video.
Oh, good.
What you doing?
Chilling.
Y'all, it stinks in here. Smells like fart.
Hey,
That's
Frankie's
BG.
coming. Yeah, Frankie's coming. He wants to know if he can hang out for a little bit.
Of course. He can be a guest.
Okay.
Join on in.
Yeah. Okay.
Throw him in the mix.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye, Mom. Bye, Mom. Auntie.
So that's the thing. It may sound selfish, but I don't want to put people in a position where
It's okay, babe.
they would hurt. Because here's another. Let me throw this at you again. The hindsight. You said you would buy family houses, right?
right.
Here's the hard thing about that, and probably you never thought about this, but
Property
if you
taxes?
correct, if you buy a $1 million house, bro, especially in the Bay, how much is property tax? Can they afford that? That's tough, right?
Yeah.
That's tough because now they got to pay off $1 million house, but can they afford a $16,000, $20,000 a year in
Right.
property tax?
Ooh,
That's a
didn't
good
think
point.
about
Right?
that.
That's
Yeah.
tough. That's
I did think about that. I would just assume that I would take
Oh,
care of it.
figure it
Oh,
out. Yeah.
Because
Okay,
of my
that's
parents.
money coming out from you again.
there
Yeah.
you go.
But
But
then,
at the, but at the
but
end of the day,
same
like,
time,
I'm
you're still
okay with that though.
Yeah, and
Because-
you're still making the money, the profit.
Yeah,
If,
like,
as long as I'm
obviously-
making the profit,
Yeah.
like my money's continuing to grow
Yeah.
from the 50 mil,
Right.
then I'm okay with paying their property tax.
No, yeah, like because like your uncle said, like he would use the whole entirety of the 50 mil to make money because obviously
Correct.
the more money you have,
Yeah.
the
More
more
money
you
you
establish
make.
it,
Yes,
the more
yeah,
money you make.
yeah.
But like 25 plus is still nothing to sneeze at. Like that's still gonna get
Yeah.
you far.
True.
Yeah.
So
true.
like I would assume that at that point I would have been smart enough to be able to like just live off of whatever like interest or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
that 25 mil is never getting touched. I'm using up the money that's made by that, and maybe
yeah.
still gaining more by like not using it up entirely.
Right.
So you're always gonna have that at least 25 mil.
That's
Yeah.
the way I see it. So like I just automatically assume that I would take care of it for them, and also like I'm okay with that because that's my parents. Like it's not like like once I got y'all the house, now y'all y'all left to
Yeah.
yourselves, y'all fend for yourselves.
the way,
Right,
the way
right.
I see it too, as soon as I get that 50 mil, I will never have less than 50 mil in my life again.
Yeah. Right. Right.
It will always be above
Oh.
50 mil.
And I wouldn't quit my job.
Yeah, I would.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I would-
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
unemployed.
I'm chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be, dude, yeah, I would.
Dude, I would be so
get
bold,
demoted. Honestly, just I'm doing the bare minimum.
Dude,
yeah.
I'd be so fucking bold. Like, hey, you can fire me if you want, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Every time
yeah,
a customer talks about me, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like matter of
Do
fact,
you have 50 mil?
matter of fact, once you fire me, I'm gonna buy this company.
I am a be an owner. Put my name on it. Nick Jonas.
That's how you got Jonas. Yeah, earlier.
Yeah, you know?
I didn't even realize that. No. I thought you were just Nick and because you said Nick and Jonas.
Yeah.
So I didn't say Nick. Oh my god.
I just got that now.
I think we're at the hour and 14 mark.
All right.
So we're gonna end it here. There was a lot more. We'll probably have an Uncle D part 2 because there's a lot more I have saved up that I wanted to share. But
That was good.
thank you, Uncle Dennis, for
I
joining
appreciate it. I
us.
appreciate it.
It
Thank
was
you
a
for
very
having me.
very good convo that we
Thank you.
had.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Whiskey
and,
was good too.
hope you guys join us again. What'd you say?
It's much better than the last one.
Much better than Haley was.
I spilled wine.
No, okay. Join us back next Wednesday, 12 p.m. on the dot. You know what the deal is. The schedule. We're on a schedule. All right. Peace out, guys.